Hello, all. I hope you had a good holiday, had an opportunity to acknowledge all of your blessings, because I'm sure there's a lot of blessings out there, some which you don't acknowledge on the reg. So taking that moment. I also hope you had an opportunity to grub, because why not? It's the holidays. I sure did. But now that I've had some time to let my food digest, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling all the feels. So I'm ready to talk about all the feels. In particular, I wanted to share 5 steps to help you feel all the feels. And let's be real, most of us don't have a problem feeling emotions that feel good. That's the stuff that's obviously great. It's the negative emotions, which we try to resist and suppress and mask, right? And some of you unknowingly may be immersing yourself into activities such as more work or overtime, reaching for alcohol or food or smoking, etc., because you're trying to avoid those unfavorable feelings. But if you've watched my previous posts, by now you've learned the full human experience comes with 50% negative and 50% positive emotions. And if you choose to develop the skill of feeling all the feels, truly feeling all of your emotions, you'll transform your life. Literally. Your desires and hopes will intensify, and you'll be able to accomplish and achieve the unimaginable. And to say the least, there's a lot of rewards with the process and practice of feeling all the feels and experiencing all of your emotions. So that said, let's get into 5 steps on how to feel the feels. Step 1, identify the feeling. Name it. Are you feeling vulnerable? Are you feeling ashamed? Are you feeling disrespected? Are you feeling lonely, anxious? Name it. Name that feeling. Step 2, locate the feeling. Where in your body do you feel it? Do you have a super tight chest? Do your shoulders feel tense? Is your face hot? There's a lot of different ways in which we can experience feelings in our body. Locate them, identify them in your body, and you're likely to feel them in multiple places of your body, and that's okay. Step 3, experience the feeling. Take it all in. Don't resist it. Observe what's happening in your body and allow for the emotion to just be with you. You won't die, I promise. And I know your body is reacting in a certain way and it may feel that way, but you are still alive today. I'm still alive today. I've gone through some funky emotions and some funky bodily experiences in reaction to those unfavorable emotions. But just let the discomfort be. Just let it be. I think the other thing too is in this process of just experiencing those emotions and just letting it be is don't react. Do not react. Do not react. You can think of yourself in the workplace. You cannot react to what you're feeling. You'll get fired probably, right? HR will probably come to you in a mediation process. Don't react to your coworkers. Just let the feelings be. Step 4, identify the thoughts which are creating the feelings. Own those thoughts. If you've watched my other posts, by now you've learned that your thoughts create your feelings. So in this practice, for step 4, I'd actually recommend maybe getting a journal or a piece of paper and just doing like a thought download and writing down what you're thinking. There's probably a lot of different thoughts which are created in your mind that are fueling that feeling, that discomfort. Write them down and just own those thoughts. And step 5, don't try and change or release those thoughts so quickly. Just sit and try and understand. But big piece of step 5 is give those thoughts compassion and love. You know, your brain has good intents. Its number one goal is to keep you alive, right? And so everything it's doing, even though it feels unfavorable, it's to keep you alive. And as I've mentioned before, your brain doesn't know the difference between life-threatening stress, like a lion or a bear coming to attack you, versus modern day stress of I got rejected, or I'm going through heartbreak. It doesn't know the difference, and it literally is creating these discomforts in your body as though it's real pain for you. And additionally, your brain doesn't know the difference between anticipated stress and stress that you're actually experiencing. A lot of the anxiety in which we create, the anxiousness in which we create as humans, is in anticipation of something. And the of something can actually be a really great experience, but we're thinking of all the things that could go wrong. And we don't think of all the things that could go right? That's the brain trying to keep you alive. But remember, you're not your brain. You're not your brain. You can actually choose to think differently. But I'm just going to leave you on step 5, which is give those thoughts love and compassion. And I will admit that it's a lot easier said than done to go through these 5 steps, which is why it's a practice, which is why you have to build and develop those skills. Like if you're trying to get a promotion within your workplace, it takes time to develop. If you're working with your manager, you probably have a development plan. It's not like I say, you need this skill, now have it, right? It takes time to develop that. And that's exactly what this is. It's a process. So be patient with yourself. And as an example of how discomfort and uncomfortable this is, I remember one of the times I wanted to tell a boyfriend I loved him. I literally felt like the words were going to explode out of me. And in parallel, I had so much fear. I felt so vulnerable. And my body literally started reacting to all of this because I was thinking about, well, what if he says I don't feel the same way? Or what if he's like, this is too much too soon? All of these fears came through. My throat literally felt like it was closing. My chest felt like it was starting to cave in. My face was hot and literally started to go numb. And I just sat and observed, and I was like, wow, the brain and the body are nuts. And fascinating at the same time. All my body's literally reacting to just thoughts that are creating in my head. And I just sat with it. I let it happen. I identified the thoughts that I was going through, and just let it happen, and it eventually passed. I didn't die, as I'm still here telling you the story today. But go on into the world, practice these steps. Again, keyword, practice. And when you master these feelings, I promise you there's transformation on the other side. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience once you're transformed. I'm loving it. I'll just say I'm loving the transformation myself. So if you go through these steps, let me know how it goes. Send me a DM, drop a comment, whatnot. But best of luck. And actually, I'm going to take that back. You don't need luck. You just need practice. Go practice. Have fun with it. Till next time.